Hello, I am Madhusri Miss, addressing you the first class of class 9. The name of the chapter is the Harappan Civilization. But meanwhile, I want to mention you the unfortunate incident what is going on throughout the world. Now, this pandemic COVID-19, we must hope that we will overcome this unfortunate situation very soon. So, in this situation, I am taking your online class. The first chapter, the Harappan civilization, and the students of class 9, I want to mention you that from previous year, your question is based mainly on the board pattern. From the board you will get ICSE board, you will get your question paper. So the questions are mainly objective. What you have to do, you have to go through thoroughly detail of the chapter, but the chapter is within your syllabus, and the topic what I should teach you now, it is also according to the syllabus. Now the Harappan civilization, we know that we also call it the Indus Valley civilization, is the most earliest and the richest civilization in the entire world. First of all, let me discuss what is civilization. Civilization is the advanced stage of social and cultural development. Some important features of early civilization, because Harappan civilization is the earliest civilization of the world. There are certain characteristics features of all early civilization. So what are these? We must know some of the important points of that. The most important features of early civilizations were settlement in definite territories, then development of trade, the skills of express one's thoughts and in writing, then evolution of rules and some methods of government. Now, another important thing we must keep in our mind that in all early civilization, river valleys play a very important role. River valleys, why? It must come to your mind, that is, you apply your intelligence. River valleys are always very fertile. Now, on those days, there was no development of industries. People had to depend absolutely on agriculture. And for better agricultural products, we need good soil, and that fertile soil is always possible by the side of the river. And also trade and commerce. We know that for the development of the economy, for the progress of the society, this trade and commerce is very, very important. And for that purpose, river is also very important. And another thing, all of my students, you listen carefully. In every chapter of history, we will come across this important point, that is sources to reconstruct this particular chapter. Here, sources to reconstruct the Harappan civilization. Because at that time we were not alive. I am talking about you, the students, and all of us. So how we can collect all this information? Now, in each and every case, two important factors are very important. One is archaeological, another is literary. But unfortunately, during the Harappan civilization, many things were written, but still this is not deciphered. We cannot solve their script. Their scripts are very much similar to the picture, but we can't find out what is exactly written. So, the vast civilization, the Indus Valley civilization, the Harappan civilization, we come to know about the civilization from the archaeological sources. So listen carefully. There are archaeological sources to reconstruct the history of the Harappan civilization. In Harappan civilization, unfortunately, we don't have any literary sources, only archaeological sources. So, number one, the remains of the two towns, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, reveal a remarkable sense of the town planning, the drainage system, the Great Bath, the Assembly Hall, and the other public buildings among the most interesting discoveries of the Harappan civilization. And among all the discoveries, the most surprising and the astonishing and the, or we may say the remarkable feature is the Great Bath. Now, number two, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro each had its own citadel, which was probably used and occupied by the member of the ruling class. The citadel justifies that Harappan civilization was an urban civilization. Another important thing, all of my students, you keep in your mind that Harappan civilization is basically urban civilization. Urban, you know, that yes, that is the town planning, based on town planning. Then from seals we come to know about the physical features, dress, ornaments and religious belief of the people. Number 4, the bronze figure of a dancing girl, the terracotta figurine of the mother goddess, and a stone statue of a noble bearded man suggest that the people of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro must have been clever craftsmen. Next point, the most outstanding work in metal is the bronze figure of a dancing girl. It is one of the great masterpieces of the Harappan art. So it is clear to us from these points that is Harappan people are skilled in art and crafts. Next point, the dockyard suggests that they practiced navigation on the coast of the Arabian Sea. Next point, the Harappans invented the art of writing. Like the people of ancient Mesopotamia, but the Harappan script has not been deciphered so far. That is, we cannot solve their script. So, much part of the civilization is still unknown to us. Next point, objects of the Sumerian origin found in the Indus cities indicates that there were trade relations between India and Mesopotamia. The Harappan used sets of cubical stones as weight. So I think up till this point it is clear to you, okay? So far I discuss about the sources. What is civilization first of all? Then important features of the early civilization. Then the sources of the Harappan civilization. Now next point, very important, the origin and extent of the civilization. And one very interesting thing that we the Indian people should feel proud of our rich civilization. But until 1921, we did not know about our rich possession. We are so rich in tradition. I am not talking about money, not wealth. Wealth means property, but our rich tradition. So when we came to know in 1921, the archaeologist under R.B. Dayaram Sahani unearthed the ruins of the city of Harappa situated on the bank of the river Ravi in West Punjab now in Pakistan. As Harappa was the first site that was excavated, it came to be known as the Harappan civilization. So, my students, this is also one important question. Why this civilization is known as the Harappan civilization? Now, next, in 1922-23, excavations under Rakhaldas Banerjee of the Archaeological Department led to the discovery of the ruins of the city of Mohenjo-daro, located in the Larkana district of Sindh, now in Pakistan. So, we came to know when it was discovered. From the discovery, the archaeologists analyzed the period of the civilization. What was that time? Unfortunately, there was no written record of the Indus Valley civilization. Many scholars suggested that it belonged to the period between 3250 and 2750 BC. It was nearly the same period which witnessed the growth of ancient civilization in Egypt and Babylonia. Radiocarbon date indicates that the Harappan culture existed between 2500 to 1700 BC. Now, my students, we now discuss, that is, the significant features. What was the most important features of the Harappan civilization? First of all, the urban planning. The entire civilization was based on town planning. The ruins of the sites reveal that Harappan people were primarily urban and their cities were designed skillfully. The streets divided the entire city into square or rectangular blocks, each of which was further divided by a number of lanes. The houses and the drains were connected to the underground main drains. All the drains of the house were connected to the underground drains. The provisions of systematic drainage system in every city shows that the people paid great attention to sanitation and health. So people were very conscious about the health, proper maintenance of the health. So it is the irony of fate. You can notice clearly that in our beloved city Kolkata, there are many places where is no underground drainage system. And just you think, so many years ago we have such a sophisticated and advanced underground drainage system. Now about the architecture. Now the architecture, what the archaeologists discovered about the dwelling house. There was a number of dwelling houses situated on either side of the street. The houses were of different sizes and were built on raised platforms. As a protection against the danger of floods, these houses were made of burnt bricks of high quality. Then, very important is the Great Bath. The most imposing structure that was unearthed at Mohenjo-daro was the Great Bath. Now, my students, from your book, because my teaching is entirely based on your textbook, you have to study thoroughly about the Great Bath. Then the Great Granary. The Great Granary means the most remarkable building of Harappa was the Great Granary, then the Assembly Hall, the Citadel, and other public buildings. These are spacious buildings used for public gatherings. These reveal the architectural skills, then the economic life of the people. The economic life of the people was based essentially on agriculture. because the main occupation of the people was agriculture. In this connection, I want to mention you that no industry was developed at that time, and the civilization was developed by the side of the river. Domestication of animals, animals like ox, buffalo, the sheep, the goat, and even the animals domesticated. The cow was known as the most useful animal. So, what we come to know, agriculture was the main occupation, and as agriculture was the main occupation, domestication of the animals were carried on. Trade and commerce. The Harappan had commercial relation with southern and eastern India, Kashmir, and countries of Central Asia. Trade was carried on both by land and sea routes. The representation of a mastless ship on a sill suggests the popularity of the sea routes. Now, next is another very important point is the art and craft. The Harappan people were very much efficient in art and crafts, skilled in art and crafts. The art of sculpture, the discovery of statues and figurines in terracotta, stone, and even metal shows a high degree of development in the art of sculpture. Now, sculpture in metal, sculpture in stone, sculpture in terracotta. So, people were so proficient, so efficient in making sculpture, they made the sculpture in metal, in stone, and in terracotta. The art of carving, the Indus Valley people excelled in the art of carving. So, the people are very much skilled in various types of the arts and the crafts. Then, about their religion, the people, as they based their lives were based on agriculture, they used to worship the nature gods, the mother goddess. Now, students, today up till this, next day again I will continue with this chapter. Thank you.